What's up, guys? It is Flex Points, and today we have a Trundle game. Someone asked me in chat, can you play Trundle? And I was like, sure, I'll play Trundle. So, we're going Trundle versus Hecarim.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Let's lower this down. I always feel like this thing is too loud. Start with the Dorn's Blade. A little more offensive here. Trundle's Q, for those of you that don't know, it steals attack damage from Hecarim, from your opponent. Whoever you bite, you steal AD. Not sure exactly how much AD you steal, like 40, I think? 20. So I increase my AD by 20 and they lose 10. So it's a little bit of a counter to Hecarim's early game cheese with Ignite. So it didn't go that bad, and I wanted it to stack well with the Dorn's Blade. So, of course, as always, taking a camp. And that's another thing, like, the scaling is pretty good. Like, a level 1, 100 AD attack, 100 damage attack is pretty good. And it goes up, obviously, because it's a nuke. So, after you bite something, it goes from 100 physical damage to 120 physical damage at level 1, which is really strong. I was contemplating a Dorn shield, but when I saw that it was Hecarim and not Fiora, it's a nice little counter. So we take the wolves, and we're gonna head into lane after that. Alright, so straight off the bat I said, you know what, I'm not gonna be passive. I'm gonna just walk up to lane, I'm gonna farm. Not even gonna hold back. Like I'm not gonna play back even though he has a big wave. I did a little bit, but so I walk up and auto attack. Pop my W, give him a Q so he can get some damage reduction. And yeah, I just try and hold the lane up a little bit. And just started farming. Farming under tower is really easy for Trundle. Alright, so look at the situation. I just hit level 3, he's still level 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go aggressive. Alright. Pop my W. Pop my E behind him. Start fighting him. Right here, he's screwed. Okay? He's turning around trying to fight me, thinking he can beat me. And you know, I'm taking his minions, I'm taking his cannon, but he's taking mine and my cannon also. Right there, that was his big mistake. He does not flash. I do. GG. Again, the only reason I was able to win this is because I was level 3, he was level 2. If you ever have a level advantage, and that's why I take the wolf camp, by the way, you get the level advantage. If you ever find yourself like higher level than your opponent, you should normally jump on them and go a little aggressive to zone them back. He's level 2, I'm level 4, so I'm smacking him. Anyway, so I'm gonna recall here for my pickaxe. Question that was asked is, why are you going Ravenous over Blade? Ravenous is more of the whole split pushing deal. Oh my gosh, that damage. Let's watch that again. Ravenous is more of like pushing the lane in and hard shoving. Blithering King is more just for dueling. He even tried to ignite me. I just regen right back up. Almost killed him right there. But like at this point I knew, like once I hit level 6, I'll just be able to dive in. And I just proceed to zone him. Some of you are probably wondering, how are you regenerating so much? That's with Trundle's passive. King's Tribute, when an enemy unit dies to a Trundle, he heals for a percent of its max health. I think it's like 1.5% or 2%. I think it's 2%. So anytime you kill a minion or a champion, you get 2% of its health. You regen it back. That's why when I'm killing these minions, I'm getting like 18 health back or something. When I kill this cannon, it gives me 36 health. Use my E to keep him from recalling, and he's dead. Put my ulti Q, auto attack, and I'm gone. Tiamat, pot up, get back to the top lane. And again, I'm just trying to shove in as hard as I can here. I know he's taking a camp, so I'm taking advantage of it. Gotta be a little careful when you use the Tiamat under tower because you will hit the Hecarim, you will draw aggro. And now I just proceed to proxy farm. That's why I like the Tiamat. He tries to fight me, he doesn't have a chance. Flash is back up, so... Okay. Proxy farm again. That's why Tiamat's a little better than played in this scenario. Almost spoiled again, it's crazy. Get my 10-minute Ravenous, and I'm good to like start farming the jungle and go back top lane, shove him out. It's a 2v1 scenario. Right here I ulti Scion. Fight the Hecarim. Auto attack, rip. And he can't fight me. Trundle's 2v1 is insanely strong if you're fed. Like that dude was gonna die, there's nothing to it. Just popped his shield, so I wanted to wait until it goes away, but then I was like, I'm not gonna die with this. See him taking the camp though, so of course I'm gonna kill him there. This is another reason why I like Trundle in the jungle. Like when you're like fighting in the jungle, just proc up your ice pillar and just walk away. Good use of it. And I'm gonna go do a camp. So I'm 5-0. Hecarim's 0-4. Yeah, he's 65 farm, I'm a 96 farm. Next thing I'm gonna go for a Triforce, specifically so I can take towers a lot quicker. Because I am gonna ignore this Hecarim and just start smacking towers now. Oh, yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I walk up and he just runs away with his E. I thought that was pretty funny. But again, I'm just farming. Once I was 2-0, I told myself in the stream, I was like, okay, I'm gonna focus on farming now. So I can become a monster. So I'm ignoring the Hecarim here, I'm just farming in the tower. I saw Bard coming, so I was like, I'm gonna back off here. Alright. There's Fiora. She managed to get away. It's fine though. Still good 2v1. And I'm carrying, so I'm gonna take the blue buff. Pretty much. Now I'm just completely ignoring him. Don't forget you can Q towers and you deal the regular damage, or the regular damage you would to a champion. I'm a little too far out though, so I'll go ahead and TP mid lane and try and stop this Fiora. This is actually pretty well played. She tries to dash over this wall and I put my ice pillar before she can. Get wrecked. One more time. Because I thought it was pretty cool to watch. Correct. Finish the Triforce, pot up, and I'm going to do camps. Head back to top lane. He should be now kind of far, so alright. Made a mistake here. I was smacking Hecarim and then I was smacking Fiora. A mistake. So right here I messed up because I wasn't able to prioritize the correct targets. Because right here, use my E to zone out. And like right here, she's already at like half health maybe. And right here I Q Hecarim instead of her. And then I auto attack Hecarim, and then I auto attack her twice, 3 times, and then I switch over. If I would have done that correctly, it would have been a lot better. Next thing I get my Tabi, because they are AD based. I mean, Hecarim, Fiora, Scion, Jinx. Tanked a little too much there, so I was like, okay, I'm out, I'm gone. Later. I believe the game ends here. Forfeit. Oh yeah, I see her going, I'm like, nope, I'm not going in. Check this out, I walked back to try and bait. And I was like, okay, cool. It wasn't warded though, like, so I couldn't see where they were. So I lifesteal up a little bit. And then I walk back. And I see 3 people there and I'm like, whoa, mistake. And they forfeited. So, a little close call. But, short game, and I apologize. It wasn't a full game, because I wish it was. One of the hardest parts about Trundle is when you get to the late game, team fighting. You can get peeled and you can get kited pretty easily. But let's go back to the build in the lane phase. I went the Ravenous because, I mean, 1, I could afford the pickaxe, and the pickaxe is obviously better than double longsword. 2, the Tiamat. I valued the Tiamat a lot more than the Cutlass because 1, the Tiamat is more AD. It gives you health regen, and it gives you the cleave passive, which is good for proxy farming, AoE damage, stuff like that. So I definitely valued it a lot more there once you finish the Ravenous. In my case, I finished it at 10 minutes. There's no way the Hecarim was going to be able to fight me, even with the Frozen Heart Rush. And again, it really helped with the proxy farming, the wave clearing. I was able to shove in and then go somewhere else, farm something else, or even ignore him. The extra AD really proved invaluable when I was hitting towers. Next thing I went for was Triforce. Triforce again, really strong dueling item and really strong for taking towers. Next thing, Ninja Tabi, but I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Fiora, Scion, Hecarim, Jinx. Trundle was pretty strong in the lane phase against bullies, like AD bullies. Darius, Renekton, Hecarim. I say Hecarim because he had Ignite. Really strong once you land a Q. Once you land your Q on somebody, they're usually going to think twice about fighting you, continue to fight you. That Hecarim did not, and he suffered for it. So, again, early game, if you ever Q something, make sure you Q the enemy champion. But don't forget, it does read like an auto attack, so you will draw aggro from the minions. And that's another reason I got the Tiamat. When I engaged on the Hecarim, the Tiamat passive did wave clear while I was smacking Hecarim, so I do like that a lot actually. But this is my Trundle versus Hecarim game. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. This dude didn't really have a chance. I was at 9k, almost 10k gold already. He was barely at 5k. But if you have any questions about the lane phase or maybe what team fight scenarios or different item builds, let me know. Put them in the comment section. I'll respond to them immediately. And good luck. I hope this helps.